Hello everybody, this is Harsha and today let us discuss about climate change, its impact and the way we can mitigate its consequences. So firstly, climate change is the change in the usual weather pattern in an area. Though this might sound simple, if we look into the current trends and take into consideration the effects it is having on people, on the biodiversity on Earth, we can come to a conclusion that the current trend of climate change is adversely affecting our planet and the world we live in, and we should do something to mitigate its effects. So, right now, the scientific community has acknowledged the danger it poses to our world, and there is a consensus to develop technologies or do research to find new ways and possibilities to combat climate change, to preserve and help our environment. So first, let us look at how our environment, how climate change is caused. So if we look deeper into how climate change is caused, we can come to a conclusion that it is caused primarily due to greenhouse gases, which are emitted primarily due to human activities. And we people use emit greenhouse gases directly or indirectly when we use a car for transportation, or when industry, when we went out greenhouse gases from industries, or in different ways. The onus is on us to try to make our lives leave a smaller carbon footprint than usual, because every small contribution counts, and it can have a large effect towards saving our environment. So now let's look at the impact of climate change to on our environment and what we can do about it. So firstly, the major impact of climate change is the increase in average temperature of many areas in the world. This has caused frequent droughts and in some places, and has increased the rate at which glaciers melt, due to which it has caused more frequent floodings in flood-prone areas that has dealt a lot of damage to the people over there. And if we look at other impacts, adverse impacts climate change is bringing on us, we can see that due to rising annual temperatures, many animals or wildlife are facing difficulties in adapting to the fast changing environment around them, and many of them who cannot adapt are facing the threat of extinction. And this is something which we need to be extremely careful, because climate change is going to adversely affect the biodiversity of our planet, and biodiversity is an asset of this world, and we must give our best efforts to save it. So now let us see what we can do to mitigate its effect. So the first and foremost solution, which many people agree with, is that we must invest in finding new possibilities of renewable energy, which are known to produce or not produce any greenhouse gases, which are the main causes of global warming or climate change. If we are able to adopt renewable sources of energy, we will be able to cut down greenhouse gas emissions by a significant factor, which would decrease the rate at which climate change is occurring. The next thing which we could do is to fight disinformation about climate change. As we see in some places, a few people believe that climate change is a hoax, and this might lead to people not contributing to fight for the cause of reducing the impact of climate change. So we need to fight the disinformation around it, so that people become more aware of its consequences and start contributing to new possibilities which can mitigate its effect. And uh, the last thing, but the most important thing which we must do is to support our government and encourage them to pass legislations which can help the environment and lessen the impact of climate change, because the government is the representative of the people, and if we can encourage them to pass legislations that can curb global warming and climate change, this will the government will have more confidence in discussing and passing such legislations which would have a drastic impact of the rate of climate change in the world, we and and we might be able to save a major part of a biodiversity and human life before it is too late. And thank you so much for listening to this. Thank you and have a good day.